Welcome back to Doomed. We're not even the power of nameless god, because I don't want to piss them off, can hold this back from defeating the Bombay problem. I am still joined by the Crosshair.
Hi.
Hello, the Crosshair. Thanks for bearing with me here. As I did that, I'm going to go ahead and save again. So we were only one round behind in terms of the save state when I lost power. So we just had to reset a few things, but I appreciate everyone hanging out and being back. Yeah. Okay, so we're back. Daisy, as you were saying, Crosshair, Daisy used her powers of command and magic, blood magic even, to force the infiltrator to attack one of the assassins.
Oh, right. The hybrid infiltrator will deal damage when we move to harbor side. Have to remember that. So yeah, second action will be to use one of the absinthe to heal Joe.
Hey! Thanks. That's nice.
And the third action would be to move to harbor side.
Okay.
Actually, let's use the encyclopedia to boost up Joe's fighting capabilities still.
Hell yeah. That's what I like to see. Ooh, baby.
And then the last action. Move to harbor side, take 1 damage from the infiltrator, then the hot on your trail fires and the hybrid.
Oh no, I forgot about that. Oh no.
But it'll just eat my resources away.
That's true. After you move an unengaged non-elite enemy once towards you. Yeah, so I think it only fires once because there's no other unengaged non-elite enemies.
Oh right, I played it wrong earlier then, but it's fine.
If it's
but
like, yeah. With the spook.
Yeah,
that's a good
I
question,
took 2 resources.
Sure.
I would have been able to
do 2 damage to the guy. You're right. Gosh.
Yeah, but oh well.
No, it's a good question because I in my mind these fire one after the other, not like at the same time with the same enemy, but
they do go on a stack, basically.
Yeah, they would, right? That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 1 fires, then there's no enemy to move. But
exactly.
Now the question is, you need to do 1 damage.
This is the real question. So, I do need to do 1 damage, and I think it's going to be important that we start by trying to do that 1 damage. Joe, can you kill this cult assassin? With all your training, your experience, I think he's managed to stab people to death on 3 continents so far.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I just realized that you have Out of Murky Darkness, and there's 2 hybrids at the harbor side.
Thankfully, not necessarily going to kill me.
Okay. Cool.
Thankfully, but you know, you're well. They're aloof. So that is okay. Yeah, I am going to start with the attack because I feel like that's important.
Yeah.
We're gonna fight like the 7 combat plus 2. Plus 2 from the survival knife brings us to 9 to 3.
Yeah.
Excellent. Joe finishes off, slits the throat even of 1 final assassin, and a cloud seems to pass, the storm lifts, and suddenly no one is coming for him anymore. Move it to the victory display. Will do. No problemo. I don't mind if I do. Now, free trigger for sure, I think, is evade the Lucid Worshipper. That feels right to me.
Oh, right. You have 1 or 2 charges? 1.
Just the 1, yeah.
So yeah, if you evade it, then you take 2 damage when you come to the harbor side, but...
Which feels okay. The Pendant of the Queen breathes its last again as the energy sort of dissipates from it. But the last cultist on the street is sent running by its strange power. I have 2 actions, though. I'm wondering if maybe I can get rid of Out of Murky Darkness before I come in, and then I don't take the damage at all. Or is there something else that needs to be done? I don't think so.
Don't think so. Well, you can try. Like,
yeah, I can
won't
try.
hurt.
Yeah, why not, right? I'm gonna test Agility 3 to try to pass this Out of Murky Darkness business. I have 3 agility from having dissected so many deep ones. I'll commit an agility icon, and I'll commit another one to be 5 to 3. Well. well, Mr. Joe. Discard. As I said, the dark clouds seem to pass, and Joe makes his way heroically, happily, back to Harborside, grinning madly, his knife now looking rusted, since it's so covered in blood.
I take the power word back to hand.
Yep.
I guess so.
Yoink. Yoink.
You boys can stay ashore. We'll be leaving now.
They gurgle nod as they both head off to the location. This is the end of the investigation phase, so we go to the enemy phase, where they indeed patrol to Victoria Terminus. We're going to upkeep, because that still happens, so the Lucid Worshipper readies. That's fine.
That makes sense.
Makes sense that you got something?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw away Deny Existence.
No need to deny your existence any longer. At the end of the round, if you have solved the Bombay problem, investigators at Harborside may choose to advance. We're both here, so I say, Crosshair, if you're up for it.
Yes,
Six out of 7 doom. Let's do it. Bombay to Singapore. The assassins bear down on you time and time again, but you beat them back each time until finally the survivors retreat into the dense back streets of Bombay. You catch your breath and make for the harbor immediately, hoping the ship is ready to set sail. So each investigator who's not at Harborside is defeated and takes a trauma of your choice. R2. R2.
Oh, thank you.
Yep, no, not for us, thanks.
Finally.
Resolution 2. Each defeated investigator should resolve investigator defeat first. Hey, look at all these coins. Through the many trials and tribulations, you've managed to keep the situation at each port under control and continue your journey as planned. You collapse onto the bed of your cabin on the final ship to Singapore, grateful for the chance to recover. I can't believe it. I'm thrilled. In your campaign log, record the investigators arrived on schedule. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it, but I'm thrilled. Mark 1 notice in your campaign log. Ruh-roh.
Of course.
I hope that will be useful at some point in the future, but probably not. Based on the difficulty level, add the following chaos token to the bag for the remainder of the campaign. On standard, we add a -3. Continue to resolution 3. Yeah, I know. It's not ideal, for sure. Yeah. However, it seems as though the whole world had conspired to stop your journey, but it is an encouraging fact in one regard. You must pose a very real threat to the cult's plan if they take every opportunity to delay you. What isn't clear to you, however, is why the cultists chose Singapore as their rallying point. Where is their ultimate destination? And why do they need to be there exactly? This is my favorite part. Each investigator earns experience equal to Victory X of each card in the victory display. Then we gain notice if we achieved a certain amount of experience. However, let us count. The numbers are all off here, but let's see what we got.
Seems pretty straightforward.
Seems pretty straightforward to me. That looks like 6 XP with no additional locations here. We got 1 XP location per place and 1 story, so that's 6. Which is, again, I think kind of generally on the higher end of a scenario like this, so that feels pretty good. If any investigator earned 3 or more experience, mark a notice. If you earned 6 or more experience, mark an additional notice. So that's less good. But that brings us up to 13 notice, whatever that means. Proceed to scenario 6, Blood from Stones, which we will not read at the time because, of course, that is for later. 6 XP. Yeah.
Right.
6 XP, a journey around the world. Joe and Daisy managed to solve a whole bunch of problems between themselves, between each other. Pretty intense, all things considered. But that brings us... Yeah, Charlie. So no, go ahead.
I have 26 cards in play. Or what? Basically, I have 15 in the discard, 19 in the deck, and I start with 51 cards. So.
Right, and a bunch in hand, which is, I guess, the other place where they might be quote-unquote hiding.
Yeah, and I finished most of the campaign with the Hotonier Trail and Murky Darkness in play.
Well, yeah, they those enemies really wanted to get you, didn't they? All this time. Okay.
But yeah. I tried.
Phew, indeed. That brings us to... So, it was that last action, that last doom, brings us right to the end of Scenario 5 of Cyclopean Foundations. I think Daisy and Joe are really, hitting their stride here and finding what they need to find. I think Daisy's it belongs in a museum mentality means that, Daisy's often got stuff to read, stuff to play, things to try to figure out. Joe tries to gear up as best he can and then muddle through after that. But still not going too badly, all things considered. And that was a lot of fun, that scenario.
Yeah, and we got to finally see the power word in action.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I'm really hoping that you continue to upgrade that Crosshare when you can, of course, because, there's XP, but there's also other cards that I know you want, etc., etc.
I can add 6 more XP into it.
Oh, good. Yeah.
There's a lot of fun stuff there.
Yes, there is. And I think there's, what was the one? There's one that I really like, which is you can use 2 different actions or something, isn't it?
Yeah, 2 different commands with 1 parlay, or thrice spoken. You can have 3 copies of Power Word in your deck, and when you give a command, you can give a command to each other enemy with a power word.
Nothing like adding more cards to the deck, though. That's the real key here.
Yeah, basically, if you have 3 power words in play and thrice spoken, a tongue twister, you can order 3 goons to follow you around and hit enemies or heal things or get clues.
Yep, or hit each other. Yeah, it's it is pretty exciting, I would say.
Exciting.
Well, there you go.
So I had another one.
Well, so hey, look, we're gonna figure out what to spend our XP on as Daisy and Joe are finally making it to Singapore to see what this cult of Cthulhu has to do. I'm off to have some lunch myself. As always, of course, check the Discord for updates as to streams happening through the week and weekend. Tomorrow, Punchy is most likely on because we should be back with our newly surgeried kitten by that time, so that should be okay, but of course check the Discord. Saturday there will be no streams here at Cat House, but there may be on other channels. Sunday we should be good for our usual Montreal by Moonlight stream, Werewolf 5th edition on RPG Clinic. And thank you, TT. I agree, TT. It was a cool session. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Cool 2 sessions.
Yeah, cool 2 sessions, exactly. Whew, there's spicy long things for sure. And I think that's that. So yeah, thoughts, feelings, anything else?
Basically, Purple Buds, be safe, be well, and remember when going into the weekend that I got him from behind.
Yep. It's that's our American Thanksgiving long weekend thought for you. Think on that, getting him from behind. What does it mean? And what difference does it make if you have a knife or a bottle of acid? We'll see you next time on Doomed.